Hello, everyone. We're going to be snapping the Amazing Strike Freedom today. And I'm just changing out a blade on my X-Acto knife. So I can have a fresh blade. We're snapping the Amazing Strike Freedom today. Okay, not sure what was going on there. Trying to get this up on my phone so I can read the chat a little bit easier. Oops. There we go. Hello, Dragoon Sage. How's it going? Why is that greasy? Hello, Frank. Thank you. How long do I think it'll take to snap this kit? Not too long. I don't know how long I'll be streaming. Maybe for an hour and a half. I'm aiming to complete the head, the body, and the arms for this stream at least. But there is quite a lot of plastic in this kit, so yeah, it'll take longer than most HGs. But if I was really like speed building this thing, I could finish it today in maybe like 4 hours maybe. But still trying to get the manual out of the box here. Bought an AB and AIM testing the waters. Nice. Airbrush, gotcha. Yeah, I would always suggest if you're starting out airbrushing, HGs are really good things to start with. It's a big box too. I meant to upload the unboxing before I went to work this morning, but I forgot. So I only uploaded it about an hour ago. So I'm sure not a lot of people have watched it. But I did comment on how fat the box was. So we got the body. Bodies first. Okay, so the body, the head, and the shoulders are on shoulders, and one arm is encompassed on one whole page. So I think I might be able to build a little bit more than just the chest and head and arms. So we'll see. But yeah, let's get started. H. This is stickers. Where is this H plate? F, G, polycaps. I always put the polycaps to the side because you always use that throughout the build. Oh, I've had the H plate out. Are you retarded, boy? So I usually use the bottom of the box to like catch nubs and shavings and stuff. And I move all the plates into the top half. So that's usually how I like to do things. So let's get started. And H is all or mostly dark plastic, which is lovely. C2. It's really weird that this comes with red polycaps. I mean, the inner frame is red, so it makes sense, but it's weird. I've never seen red polycaps. I've seen white, I've seen gold, I think I've seen brown, but I've never ever seen red. Fortunately, this is like that new. The last time I worked with really dark plastic, I think, was on one of Bandai's older kits. So the dark plastic was really hard to clean up, but with this newer, softer stuff, it's a lot easier. Will I be altering the color scheme? I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this kit, to be honest. The review is going to be a straight build, so just the straight build, no scene, not even scene cleanup, just out of box build. But depending on how it looks in the end, I'll decide what I'll eventually do with this kit. I have no intentions on working on this kit soon. I tried to grab this plate and the yellow just broke off. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this kit quite yet. Honestly, I might paint it and give it away. So I think that would be pretty cool. I'm almost at 1,000 subs, so maybe I'll do it in honor of that. But it won't be for a while because I have a couple of projects coming up that I want to do, and I scheduled in my next commission for the end of October. So I've got to get started on his kit whenever it comes in. I'm going to be starting it in October, not finishing it by the end of October, because that'd be overload. Actually, to be fair, it did break off like exactly where they did the multicolor separation. So it kind of is awesome. Runner quality, that was pretty cool. I've never ever had this happen, by the way. These gates are tiny. I love it. Almost no nub cleanup required at all. When they're this tiny, like just a pinpoint nub, I'll cut right up against the piece. Because all you'll have to do is sand just a little tiny point. But yeah, the color scheme, yeah, I think I would really like this design if the colors were a bit different, and if I were to alter the backpack a bit, because the backpack on this, while it is better than the regular strikes, because I'm not, or strike freedoms, because I'm not a super fan of the regular strike freedoms, this one isn't all that better, to be honest. At least I don't think so. I forgot I need to share this stream on like Instagram. I put it in an Instagram story, but people who usually see that are people who are already followers. So I'm going to post about it here in a second. And that's going on an A1 plate, which I think is white. Even with tiny gates, I still use GP nippers and then God hands to scare stress marks. Yeah, I don't know. If the plastic is dark enough, yeah, I'll still do that, but it's good practice. I'm just being a little lazy because if I plan to paint this thing, it's not gonna really matter. Like I don't like to say that because you should always build your kits like correctly. You know, nip them off like you're saying, clean it up with an X-Acto knife, and sand it real nice. But these gates, they are so tiny. What does it say? Tightly fit the parts as far as they will go. Okay, manual. Thank you. Is that as far as they will go? This torso's got a lot of articulation. I don't know how much, because, okay, I'm actually going to take this apart. There's a ball joint facing the front like this, a polycap. Again, this is the Strike Freedom Revive, basically, with a bunch of extra parts. So I don't know how much that ball joint actually does anything, because I'm putting on this front piece, and it's like, I mean, okay, it kind of helps, but I think it's going to not really do anything once I put on the back. And by the way, I really like the chest design of this amazing Strike Freedom. That is something I'm really on board with. The knees, I like, but I want to see it built, and I think I'll like it a lot more. But I'm totally on board for this new chest design. After I build this chest, I'm probably gonna quickly share this stream on Instagram and Facebook and etc. So, what is everyone else building? You got anyone, any big projects? This wasn't up on my list, by the way. This wasn't supposed to be my next build, but I got it in the mail and I thought, why not? If you haven't seen my unboxing video, this was actually provided by a site called the Gunpla Collective, which is a new startup here in Detroit. And this was provided to me by them. And they're not like demanding that I get this review out or anything, but I just wanted to do this as soon as possible while the Amazing Strike Freedom is still somewhat relevant. Because Gunpla kits tend to come and go when it comes to relevance. C23. Oh, this vent piece is tiny. Okay, got it. And the nubs here will be covered up by the armor, so I don't really have to clean these up too much. There's a little bit poking out. This is crazy. The amount of part separation on this guy. What's up, Backstepped? You into Super Mini Pla? What is Super Mini Pla like itty bitty Gundams? You just finished the Dendrobium? I want to paint and weather it, hence buying the air. Is that your first airbrush kit? Look, I know I said start with HG, but the Dendrobium that's a big buy. I want the Dendrobium. I want the Neo Xeon. A line of Super Robot candy kits. Well, I guess my answer is no, because I've never heard of them, but Uh, sounds interesting. I'm still salty about not getting the Neo Xeon the day I went to go get it at this con, because every con I've ever been to has always had the Neo Xeon. And finally, after getting my job, moving here, and having a steady life and everything, I'm like, you know what? Time to get the Neo Xeon. And then I go to Yamacon. I think it was 2015, and no one had it. Angry. Essentially, I try using liquid chrome. Oh, you're telling him for his Dendrobium. I have some, by the way, just to show you guys what it looks like. I have the 2mm tip and the 1mm. I'll show you guys real quick, just in case it spills out. Okay. That's the size of the 2mm tip. This is pretty good for covering pistons. And then the 1mm, of course, is absolutely tiny. And I think they make a 0.5, but this is really good for getting like tiny, tiny pistons and stuff like on the inner frame. I like this stuff, but you got to practice with it a little bit. It's still very paint pens, and I really don't like paint pens. But they're okay. Like they're definitely chrome. I saw this and I was like, yeah, right. You're full of shit. Liquid chrome. You can't put chrome into a liquid. It's just fucking chrome. Oh, your Dendrobium is gonna be part of the group build. Well, you better get started soon. I know the group build has it ends in December, but that Dendrobium is a big kit. So H121. Boom. I actually ordered some today from USA Gundam Store. I ordered some God Hand like regular nippers. They have them there for like $9, and then with shipping it's about 12. Because the ones I'm using are like your finishing nippers, where you're supposed to finish with them, you're not supposed to cut immediately with them. To be honest, I don't know. Maybe they extend the life of your nippers, but I don't know. In any case, I'm gonna get those regular ones and maybe start doing it really correctly. Forgot to mention how they're far better than most normal candy kits. Can you kind of like briefly describe what a candy kit is? I'm thinking of a kit that comes in like your tiny little boxes, like your Gachapon kind of size stuff, or that comes with candy. I don't know, and they're all one color. Yeah, I'm a little misinformed about what candy kits are. God, this gray is absolutely beautiful. It is such a nice neutral gray. That's it? Oh, okay, so I got it. I want one of those stupid Zaku heads, but I kind of missed the hype train on those, so nowhere has them for a reasonable price. I'm not about to pay like $30 for that thing. The Dendrobium took me about 2 weeks at 3 hours a day to properly build with no nubs. I believe it. They aren't just one color? That's impressive. How big are they? Yeah, they're like that big or that big? This or that or that? Gets rid of major use of stickers. Oh, so are they kind of like what were they called? They came out during the time of Gundam 00 when it was airing, and before we had like any grade kit. And I want to say it was Speed Grade, or no, I think it was Speed Grade. They made like a Zeta, and they made something else, but it was almost completely color accurate. I think it had like 2 stickers, but it was 1 to like 200 scale, and it was like this big. I'm curious. I want to know about the hammer. What the hell did you have to use a hammer for? Just to beat the shit out of it. Did I look at you wrong? I remember the last time I built a. Well, actually, I was about to say I can't remember the last time I built a Build Fighters kit, but it was the beginning Gundam, and oh my gosh, that thing sucked. But it was like the first Build Fighters kit. Looks all right, but I really can't get over that elbow articulation. Someone said it could hold the rifle like, up and forward with the elbow. But what I meant in that review is like I wanted to hold it out to the side and bend. Of course, it's going to work front and center, but yeah. Has a few metal actual steel pieces. What? I didn't know that about the Dendrobium. That's cool. I wanted more. Superior Nippon steel. But it's like, oh, I guess, okay. I guess technically it isn't Build Fighter Sound. It's like Gunpla beginning G. I guess what I meant, okay, so yeah, I guess technically that wasn't the latest Build Fighters kit I built, but it's because it was like based on a TV show or a TV short or whatever about Gunpla, and so I just kind of equated that in my mind to get Build Fighters. Okay, fair enough. So what was the last Build Fighters kit I built? God, was it the Wing Fenice? Maybe it was a long time ago. I can't remember the last time I built them. Not overly loose by sanding. I went ahead and hammered it into place to the metal frame. Man. So how do you plan to paint it? Do you plan to take it apart and paint it, or paint it as it's built? Because there are people that do that. I'm pointing at my phone because I usually stream with my phone, but I actually got my laptop this time because it auto focuses, and I have the chest done. Just FYI. Very cool chest. I really like it. I really like this design. The color separation is great. This fin thingy, I don't know, cockpit ramp is white, and yeah, that's a separate piece. Very nicely shaped. I'm gonna quickly share this stream on Facebook. Actually, I think I can I'll just do it off my laptop. Look at my chin. Command C. Part of 2 Gunpla groups, one for Michiganders and one for El Pasoans, which is my hometown. They're both great. I love it. Why is my computer revving up? HG amazing. Strike. Freedom. Control A. Control C. I will go in and snap in by sections as I wanted a clear picture how the pieces will. Yeah, I know a lot of people do that. they build first and to figure out how it goes together. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too lazy, or maybe the information doesn't really help me. Because if I paint and I start to put it together and I see that I've missed spots, I'll just go and take the piece and paint it properly. So I don't know. Call it laziness, call it whatever you want. But I don't know. I've never snapped something, then painted it ever. The video isn't playing for you. It seems to be playing for everyone else. Here, everyone want to say hi to Instagram? I'm about to share this. Say hello, Instagram. I look so stupid holding up this tripod. Where's the red dot? Sorry, I know this isn't really building right now, but I totally forgot to do this. I'm still new to the streaming, guys. You gotta give me a chance, man. All right, let's get back to building. So, again, got the chest here finished, and we're gonna build the head now. So what I like to, so I got to put the eye stickers on, and weirdly enough, the eyes are yellow and black, and the eyes though, or the piece for the eyes is clear blue, and they give you a chrome sticker. So I'm going to use a sticker for now, but eventually when I do whatever I want to do with this kit, it's going to have blue eyes because that's cool. You don't see a lot of Gundams with blue eyes. .38.4 inches. That's hot. How's this go on? This way. Not a fan of the red frame. It looks like a clown. I'm not a big fan of it either. I will admit, out of box, I think it'll look better since it's gloss coated, but I hate gloss coated plastic. It's awful. I always put my eyes on the runners. It's a neat little trick I learned from an episode of Build Fighters. And I can't believe I actually learned something from Build Fighters about building. Will I ever stream on Twitch? I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Because these streams actually have been getting me subscribers, which is nice. So I am benefiting from this stream. When it comes to Twitch, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. A lot of my audience is here on YouTube, and I'm not, I don't do this to be famous or anything. I just do this to build plastic models, and I don't like it when I go to a YouTube page that usually exists on YouTube, and then they tell me to go to another site to watch what they're doing. So not my thing. Sticker kind of moved up on that piece. It's kind of weird. I usually don't like eye stickers, guys. I usually paint this part because I don't know. It's really easy to do, to paint the eyes because all the details are there. Bro, hello. Bro, please respond. Okay, here's my response. Coons are looking for me? Who is this guy? Dude, Twitch, Patreon, and Discord. You can earn money. And I don't want to earn money from this. It'll turn into a job. I don't need a Patreon because I don't need a Patreon. I don't know. I don't know. And Discord. My audience isn't big enough for Discord. Do I prefer enamel, acrylics, or lacquer paints? It depends. I use all three for all different situations. For full repainting, I prefer lacquer, enamels for like metallics, and then acrylics for other things, I guess. I like acrylics because they're really easy to mix. C24. Hold on. Are like the gray parts of the cheek color separated? Are you for real? Good kit. 10 out of 10. 100 out of 100. Best kit. This is pretty cool though. The fact that, ow, I just sanded my finger. That this is color separated. Pretty impressive. Which way does this go? Okay, admittedly, I'm kind of having a hard time telling the orientation of this piece. I think it goes this way. Yeah, that's right. A1. That's A2. I just had A1. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. When? I don't know. I don't know when that is available for pre-order. I ain't Bandai. Look how tiny this piece is. This is an HG. It's kind of ridiculous. I think I have to get more Revive kits. They're all going to be this good. I was interested in the Revive Freedom and Sword Impulse, so I could, well, I guess technically Force Impulse. But I was interested in the Freedom and the Force Impulse because I wanted to make a diorama. But I would need the Sword Impulse's sword, and at the time I was thinking about getting the older Force Impulse or Sword Impulse and using that sword, but then they came out with the Sword Impulse Revive as a P Bandai, which has the better sword, but it's P Bandai. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. Will this video go up on YouTube later? Or should be there. Oh man, the Vulcans on this. So the Vulcans aren't separate. Obviously, it's an HG, but the Vulcans on this thing. Look at that. Actually, in a way, molded in a way that it would be super easy to paint these. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I kind of destroyed the top of the head. Bandai still sells the Force Impulse and Sword Impulse really well. I doubt they would make a 2.0. But who knows? The high res. I have like I don't know. It's not to my taste, for sure. Neither is the high res Barbatos. The wing especially doesn't appeal to me because of how bulky it looks. Um, but I don't know the high res line. I just don't really understand what the high res line is supposed to be. Because it's like the style of metal build, but not metal build. It's like, but they're still pretty cheap. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the high res. I just don't really like how they look, so I don't really care. Um, it's just I don't get why the high res line sort of exists. Where did you buy those sanding blocks? Not Hobby, Home Depot, hardware store. In case you're not from the U.S. Actually, I don't even know if Home Depot is purely a U.S. store. I will agree with that. I do think high res is a bit. I just kind of wonder what their sales are like with the high res line. They're expensive. Like people buy plastic model kits because they like to build them. They like to do what they want with them, paint them, whatever. And they're relatively cheap. I know some people are going, haha, Gunpla cheap. What the hell are you talking about? A lot of people's hobbies are like video games, right? Well, video games cost $60 each. I mean, there's a reason why people end up uh, bulking, like building a huge backlog, and it's because these kits are relatively cheap compared to comparatively to other hobbies, other popular hobbies, I should say. And so, uh, to make something that a kind of takes away from the customization and building, which is the appeal of Gunpla, and B to make it kind of expensive, I don't get it. Yeah, yeah, I know the inner frame is made in China, which is yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Not everything from China is bad. I guess the problem is that I gotta fit a sticker up there. What? A sticker goes there's like an upper camera and a sticker has to go up there. Alright, let's do this. Sticker isn't really sticky, to be honest. And this is the larger of the two. So I kind of have my doubts about this itty bitty one, and it is tiny. That one's a little bit better because it's kind of recessed, but this one's sliding around. Okay, there we go, got the stick. All right, why am I blowing on this? I mean, my video isn't 100% in sync. Like what you guys are seeing is maybe like a few second delay. I am reading the comments real time. Like I have my phone right here with the comments, but yeah. It may not 100% sync up with when you ask them and when I answer them. Okay, there's that. So we got someone building a dendrobium. He was the only person I saw said they were building. Is anyone building? Anyone else building? I've already entered at Dragoon if you're still here. I've already entered my banner build. It's my perfect Gundam. I didn't plan for it to be a banner build originally, like when I got the kit, but after it started to come together, I really wanted it to be a banner build. Things got safety flags, so those got to go. Let's see, how are these on here? Oh wow, this is a really weird safety flag. I'm gonna have to clean that up with an X-Acto knife. Yeah. This is it's because the V fin for this thing is so strangely shaped. It's a little strange. I cut off top here. Just continue to cut excess. Almost cut it all the way. Okay, there we go. No, everyone can submit to the banner build. Don't think you're have to meet some sort of arbitrary skill level. It even says in the banner build post that you can submit straight builds as long as you know they're not, as long as all the nubs and stuff are cleaned up. It's all in your posing and stuff that would look cool. So make it look cool. I am spending more time on this VFin than I thought I would. I didn't think the safety flag was this big. Oh, my knife plastic. So none of my photos are photoshopped. I don't take any of my photos into GIMP or Photoshop or anything like that. It's just all about good lighting. I will say that the only thing I did was color corrected a little bit, and all I used for that was iPhoto on my Mac, and I think you can do that in like Windows as well. But yeah, I don't think you need Photoshop. It's all about good lighting and And that's about it. There's actually a really interesting video on YouTube of a pro cameraman and photographer, and they give him like this super shitty Lego camera, like the kind you get in, like a Happy Meal, and they tell him to like go and take pictures, see how good you can make it look, and like they looked good because his lighting was good, his composition was good. He followed all the techniques to take a good photo, and he got good photos. So, yeah, I think that's something a lot of people on our Gunpla don't really understand. Well, it's something a lot of just normal people don't know about, I should say. Um, but yeah, where the hell is H20? Oh, it's part of the it's part of the runner that broke off. That almost flew into my mouth. Oh, yes, they are. So here's a Zaku 1. Actually, I think this is technically a Bjornun or whatever the hell they call them in Turn A. Here's a Kapul. It's another Turn A. I'm missing one of the shoulders. This one was given to me. I don't. It probably is a Converge. I don't know, but it's the Burning Gundam. Build a light box. Oh yeah, light boxes are pretty easy to build. Honestly, you don't really need a light box. You just need a wall, a way to pin up your pin up like black bed sheets or even like black construction paper, and then two like desk lamps. That's how I shot a lot of my earlier photos. Oh, that's how I shot a lot of my college movies. So I have to shout out Ricky and Baby Manny. Shouts out to Ricky and Baby Manny. Those are some good people. Well, I don't think I've ever met Manny, but he's a good person. Have you heard about the massive wildfires in California burned down? Yes. Oh, man, I can't imagine my Gunpla being burnt, but yeah, one of my coworkers is from California, so I knew a few friends in the area. I love you guys too, Ricky. If I'm ever, you know me, if I'm ever in town, you know I'm coming by and giving you my money. I can't hold this piece. It's so tiny, but it has a stress mark. Okay, got it. What grit are the sanding blocks that you were using? So I mainly use this one, and this is 1000 grit. And if the nub mark is small enough, or I've cleaned it up enough with my nipper and X-Acto knife, I'll just use this one. If I've got something I've got to sand a lot, I'll grab this one. This is 800 grit, and then my toughest grit is 500. So I usually use these two for like a really stubborn nub. I'll use it for cleaning up seams, or I'll use it for like reshaping. But I mainly use fine. This is considered fine 1000 grit, so I'm using fine. I know people tell you to like go in stages in sand, but you know how much of a backlog I have. I don't really have that big of a backlog. How the hell am I supposed to put together this V-fin. Hold on, guys. This is a little tricky. Oh, fuck. Let's go together. Okay, there we go. I got it. And now to gently insert it into the head. Oh, thank God. This piece landed between the runners. That was almost catastrophic. How much of a backlog do I have? Yeah, again, it's not that many. So let me count the kits under my feet. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 under my feet and maybe 5 in the closet, 6 in the closet. So let's just say 18 to be safe. So 18 kits. Most, I think I only have like 3 HGs. One of them not even being one I bought. I'm not, spoilers, I guess. I'm also doing tutorials for the Gunpla Collective, so I was provided a kit to do it. But he provided a kit, so I didn't even pay for that kit. But yeah, this is kind of a retarded design. Okay, so you got this V-fin, right? And super cool, awesome swept back, but the Vulcans are like on the side, but the V-fin's in the way. Like, what? It's gonna shoot straight through his V-fin. It's like a hidden weapon. It's like a Derringer. All right, so that's it for the head. Let's go ahead and put on the body. You think you had a mini heart attack? My kit, like the V-fin exploded in my hands. Okay, making the shoulders. Shoulders have a seam, pretty obvious. It's a HG, although some HGs have actually not had seams on the shoulders, like the HG Barbatos, which is one of my favorite HGs. No seam on the shoulder. Excellent. Because that would be a really, really bad seam. Hey man, it's Build Fighters. Like, I'm pretty sure that could happen. G. And there's 2 G plates, so. And D1. Yep. This is an awesome color, guys. More kits need to come in this lavender. Of course, you can always paint it. I'm trying to remember if the MG actually had these little vents separated. It's been a very long time since I've built the MG. Strike Freedom. Into the box. Oh, should have grabbed a glass of water. All right, let's keep going. 7. These polycaps are a little stiffer than your regular polycaps. I don't know if that's because of the color. I kind of doubt it. I don't know what the color would do or if they're actually different. Anyone see the new Blade Runner yet? I've yet to see it, so please don't spoil it. My prediction is still that Harrison Ford dies in it because he's Harrison Ford, and I feel like he would only sign the acting contract if they killed him in it. I guarantee you that's why he was in episode 7. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen episode 7, but the official kind of Reddit rules about spoiling Star Wars is once it's out on DVD, we can spoil it. But I guarantee that's why he died in that movie, because they couldn't get him to sign for more movies. And if Blade Runner is coming back and the new one is successful, and they're probably going to want to make more. And Harrison Ford probably isn't down for that shit. Just want to make sure the chat isn't stuck on my phone. Yeah. And I still haven't seen the latest Star Wars Episode 8 trailer. I haven't seen any trailer for any Star Wars movie because it's something that I don't want to spoil. So I never saw any. I think I saw like. Okay, I take that back. I think I saw the teaser for Episode 7, but that was the only one I saw. So I didn't know. I didn't know really next to nothing. I just knew Harrison Ford was in it and Carrie Fisher. Actually, no, I don't even think. I don't even think any of the. I don't think the teaser actually showed Carrie Fisher. I didn't know. What's his name? Mark Hamill was going to be in it. Unless the teaser had him and I just forgot. Because I only watched the teaser once. Very adamant about Star Wars spoilers. You guys are awfully quiet in the chat. You guys can ask questions at any time. Hopefully the chat or the stream didn't go dead. According to my Google Hangout, it's still going. What am I looking for? Here we go. Wait, is that right? H3. Yeah. Almost cut off the wrong piece. Oh, what am I building? I am building the HG Build Fighters Amazing Strike Freedom. Gundam. Forgot that. That's like tacked on at the end. Oh, well. Although I guess that's the official name. And so far, I have to say I'm very impressed with this kit. Design aside, it is quite impressive. Lots and lots of color separation, very tiny parts. Hopefully the articulation is good, but this being based off of the Strike Freedom Revive, I think it'll be pretty good. Do I collect them? Yes. I do collect them. Collect them quite a bit. and I paint them, as you can see from the mountain of paint over here. But for this particular kit, I am not painting it. It's purely for a review. I will eventually do something with this kit. As I mentioned at the very beginning of the stream, I will probably give this thing away as part of my as part of the 1,000 subscriber special. Whenever I hit 1,000 subscribers, might paint it. I don't know. Do something cool with it. All right, so here are the shoulders. I like these shoulders. They're cool looking shoulders. Very sharp, very well defined. Do I have a previous kit you've built as an example? Not. So this is my work room, and I display everything in my living room. But I really want to grab my Perfect Gundam and show it off. But I don't want to leave the stream with just empty desk. And this one over here, you see over here, my girlfriend made that. I didn't make that. And the kits I have in here, actually, I'll show it off again. I'll be one sec. I forgot that I had this sitting off to the side. So this is my final shooting, the last shot, whatever you want to call it, diorama I did. So sorry, the light behind me is a little harsh. Actually, I can turn on another light. There we go. Might be a little bit better. I'll keep that light on for the rest of the stream, but yeah. This is based off the RX-78-2 Revive. It's the only kit that can, it's the only HG, I should say, that can do this pose without too much modding. So, yep. Aside from that, the other kits I have built are in like kind of displayed off in the corner over here. Do you get them from a hobby craft store? I get them from all over. Recently, in the past year, the hobby store I usually go to for paints and stuff just started carrying Gunpla, so I try to get stuff from there now just to support them. I used to get stuff from a local store, Robogato. Go say hi to my boy Ricky there in El Paso, Texas. That's where I used to always get my kits. And then through the internet, just ordering them. Gundam Planet is probably where I order stuff the most, simply because they always have a kit I want. Yes, I'm paying a bit of a premium for shipping, but they're really fast. Like I tend to get the kits from them in like 2 days. Maybe it's because they're in Jersey and I'm in Michigan, so yeah. But from a whole bunch of places. If you're interested in getting into it, I know Hobbytown USA has kits, which is a big chain, but I actually don't have one near me. The closest one to me, I think, is in Grand Rapids, which is about a 2.5 hour drive. All right, so we're actually going to start building this metallic frame. Don't like it. I'm out in Australia, but I'm sure Ricky appreciates this shout out. Oh, trust me, he does. Australia. There's, you know what? I think they closed. I was about to shout out to My Phoenix Hobby Store, but I think they're closed. If not, you can look them up. Anyways, let's continue on. Building the arms now. Obviously, I got the shoulders done. E112. E110. Where are you? Oh, here's 14. My least favorite thing about gloss coated parts, you can't really clean the nubs. You can cut them, but sanding them will ruin this gloss coat finish. Because I'm using God hands, I'm just going to cut right up against them, which is sacrilege, but Yeah, that's gloss coated for you. You can clean it up a bit with a sharp knife, but it's not great. That's why if I ever decide to paint this kit, I'll probably repaint the frame. But man, even painting onto gloss coat sucks, and even primed, it's not that great. And really, you should strip the gloss coat. So I don't know if I'm willing to do that. Maybe. I've never actually stripped uh, a coating off of a kit or anything like that. Like I haven't stripped Meki plating or anything. I know how to do it. It's super simple, but never done it. So this frame is so far incredibly familiar. I think actually some of these pieces might be shared amongst the other revives. Wouldn't doubt it. A1. A1 hot sauce. Yeah. A130. So this is an arm piece, and it's a whole arm piece, so you're not going to have a single seam on there. Excellent. 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 Can I get some of these shavings off my knife? There we go. That's not a very secure connection. Putting this in right? Yep, sure am. I just gotta push some more. Well, whatever. Seems we, oh, there's another piece that goes in. Okay. E111. So for painting this kit, usually people will mod these in a way that's for like easy disassembly. But the nice thing about HGs is their pegs just aren't that long enough that it requires like an intense amount of modding. So sometimes HGs will require it, but usually you can just kind of push everything apart. All right, what is going on here? There we go. Yeah. So for like this piece, for example, this wrist piece plugs into this white piece, and then you have this shoulder elbow joint that plugs into this white piece, and then it kind of connects, right? Well, to get this apart, you can just pull this apart, and then the wrist piece will just fall out. So very easy to disassemble. And the plastic's nice and soft, so you can really wrench it and it won't snap. All right. G4. This piece is really detailed. Oh, check that out. Lots of panel lines on it. I'm kind of upset I'm not going to be panel lining this thing. I mean, I will eventually, but for the review and for the build, I will not be doing that. Oh, shit. That's okay. Big piece. No problem. Why can't I hold on to all these runners? Okay. C1. Tiny red pieces. Okay, kind of cut out a little bit too much from that red piece, but that's okay. We'll just sand it smooth. This, by the way, is one of the prime reasons why I don't really like working on real grades, and that's because handling these tiny pieces can be a little annoying. They're not that fun to build for me. Almost lost that. I like this so far. No seams on the arm. Very nice. And we're about to attach the first arm here, which is awesome. How do you guys handle your runners? Do you guys do what I do and just stack them on the side here? Excuse me. Or do you have something built or bought that kind of holds the runners in a line? Because what I usually do is I do this, right? And I just kind of keep the other runners in the top of the box, and I use the bottom of the box for all my trash. And if it's an MG with a good manual, it'll tell you which each unit will be using. All right, this piece has a mold line. I still need to make a tutorial about getting rid of mold lines, but all you gotta do is find the mold line and just take an X-Acto knife or a hobby knife or whatever and just scrape along it. And then sand it afterwards. I realize I just might be skewing my viewership by 1 because or possibly by 2. I don't know if myself counts as 1, but I've just got it. I've got it open here on my phone, so I don't know if it's counting that, and I've got it open on a web browser here because I just want to be able to control stuff. Not trying to increase my viewership arbitrarily or anything like that. I just want to make sure I have as much control as I can. Doesn't matter which way this goes on. I guess not. Doesn't matter which one. Yeah. Don't like that the ball joint is on the armor, but I'll live with it. So we get open hands for each hand. Very nice, Bandai. You need to do that more. I don't know how much this kit is, actually. There's quite a lot of plastic. I have to assume it's somewhat expensive for HG. Just checking something. Okay. Just checking something. What's I doing? Yeah, cutting out the hand pieces. Sorry, I don't listen to any music or anything when I build. I guess I'm a little boring that way, but usually I watch videos when I build. But since I'm using my phone, obviously I can't watch videos and do that while I'm looking at the chat here. I suppose I could use my computer for chat, but I don't know. It's fine. Building in silence doesn't really bother me at all. Sup, Brian? How's it going? But yeah, we got a lot of wildlife here in Michigan, even in Detroit. So listening to like birds chirp and crickets and stuff outside is good enough for me. And then a complete silence. I did not hear that Dragon Momoko was back. That's good for the people who buy from Dragon Momoko. It would be a shame if I don't even know if you could like really pre-order do them or anything like that. I know they have a site, but I have no idea how many people actually order straight through them. But it would be a shame if people had a bunch of pre-orders and uh, they either didn't get them filled or didn't get their money back. But yeah, is one arm done? Woo. How long have I been going on for? When did I start? 5, right? Oh, only an hour and 18. And I've only finished one page. Yeah, I'm kind of a slow builder. But I'm a little meticulous, so. I'm also talking a lot because of the stream, obviously. I'll probably do an arm in the waist unit. Um, you know what? Looking at this frame, well, now that it's on the kit, it's not that bad. But that's kind of how I feel about it. E2, right over here. Pretty nice. And 12. Where's 12? Right here. I know that one dude. I forget his name. Mika Hatsune. No, I don't remember his name. But he's on Reddit and he talks to people and he's like a DM representative or whatever. He did say they were back, but I take I I take his word with a grain of salt, just because I don't know. When you have like a company that makes bootlegs tell you everything is fine, yeah, I don't know. You have to be a little bit skeptical. There's some people who take his word as the word of God, but um, just saying, be skeptical. Skeptical. That's just general life advice. So the story goes that they're okay. The story goes like this. Um, that guy came out, the DM representative came out on Reddit and said that their factory, like that picture or whatever, was just a daily inspection or something like that. Um, I don't know. They were being inspected, quote unquote. But I'm pretty sure they were rated, and they were rated by Drag or Debon or whoever. I'm not going to really point fingers, but I that whole bootlegging underworld, I guess. Uh, yeah, they tend to go after each other. So I'm going to guess that they were rated by somebody and they paid them off. So, which is you can ask a few uh, Chinese people, and they'll tell you that money controls everything. It's similar. It's similar in Mexico. Like um, when I was a kid, at least I'm sure it still goes on. When I was a kid, I would go to Juarez to get like cheap toys, and of course they were all bootlegs. But I used to get like really cheap Dragon Ball Z figures, and of course like they had to pay off people to not get sued and stuff. Um, I have to assume China's the same way, and I've read on places like Samuel Decal actually came out and talked about it and said like money rules everything in China when it comes to this stuff, like bootlegging, but other business practices. So it is what it is. Different place. The tripod, I don't even know the name of this tripod. I'm pretty sure I ordered it off Amazon. I've had this thing forever, so it's basically a Gorilla Pod, but Gorilla Pods are really expensive. This is some like knockoff. It's like a you know spider monkey pod. For the iPhone 7 Plus. This one will fit an iPhone 7 Plus. It's stretchable. Oh man. This kit is just like really nice. These arms are really nice. Shouts out to these arms. Really cool. I like how these are a bit bigger than the regular Strike Freedoms, and they don't sit out as far, and they have really nice detail on them. I'm surprised how much I like this kit so far. But I did mention in the unboxing that I'm not a big fan of the backpack, so we'll see. We'll see how it looks. Eh. This kid really has like kind of master grade level of panel lines, which is really nice. Of course, it doesn't have master grade levels color separation, but it's an HG. But the fact that it has really nice panel lines is really nice so far. By the way, I have no idea how good my mic quality is. I'm using my MacBook, um, and I've never actually used the camera on it. I think maybe like once for a Skype call. So if it sounds like crap, I'm sorry. Please let me know. Or if I'm too low or something. I've boosted up the mic a bit. It's mold line. Be gone, mold line. Go away. Get out of here. I just wiped off a bunch of dust and debris into the box with the runners. Oops. That's okay. Hands. Let's go ahead and get the backhand covers off. You know what build fighters kit I need to get? I need to get the Gym, which I really hate that name. I don't call it the gym. I call it the GM. So, and I don't like GM either. That sounds equally as bad, if not worse. Almost blew the stickers away. Although I don't know what I do with the Gym. I'd want to do something special with it. I don't tend to buy kits just to have the kit to build. I tend to buy kits if I have an idea of what I want to do with them. You know, I don't see a newly released kit and say to myself, oops, and say to myself, oh, I want that for any other reason besides wanting it. You know, I don't buy it. I have to have like some sort of idea that I want to do with it. That's how big backlogs start. People just buy kits as soon as they come out because they want them. Which, you know, do what you want, right? But yeah, that's how a lot of people get burnt out on Gunpla, and I was like that for like a little bit. I quickly learned my lesson. I hate modern day HG hands, at least for these holding hands, because back in the day, it used to be like it used to be a hand cover, and then like the palm of the hand, and then the fingers on it, and so you actually had like a palm, but now you kind of have fingers and a palm fused together and just a place to hold the weapon or whatever. And like, I guess it looks okay if a weapon is in the hand, but I don't know. I kind of miss the older HGs that the hand was 3 separate pieces. It's only for holding hands. Of course, these open hands look fantastic. They look fine. Let's see, what time is it? 6:30. I'll build for another half hour. Why not? Let's go ahead and skip to the waist unit. I don't really like to build the legs before I have a place to put them. The SpongeBob SquarePants Season 9 DVD was released today. Is that like the anniversary? Because I'm pretty sure Season 9's been out for a while. Yeah, I know Samuel D. Cal confirmed DM was back, so. I've only ever ordered once from Samuel D. Cal, and of course I got decals, but I know you can get like P. Bandai stuff from him, but I haven't done so before. And there goes that piece. Oh, crap. Oh, God, it landed on top of this box. Found it. Have you seen the new Star Wars trailer? I talked about it a little earlier before you came. No, I have not. And please don't spoil it for me because I don't watch Star Wars trailers. The only ever trailer for Star Wars I ever saw was the teaser for Episode 7, like the very first one that came out. I don't like to watch trailers for Star Wars. I'm one of those guys. Sucks when so I avoided so many spoilers for Episode 7, and then like I knew I should have stayed off of Reddit, and like the Star Wars sub has a very strict like no spoiler policy, and of all places to see a spoiler, I guess I should have known. It's the internet after all. I saw like the fact that Han Solo dies in our gaming. Like some guy just straight up posted a screenshot of Kylo Ren stabbing him, and it was oh God, fuck that guy. His post got removed very quickly, but not quick enough for me not to see, which sucks because it was ruined for me. And like I know that scene, like that whole scene was very obvious that he was going to die, but everything leading up to it didn't really indicate that. Damn it. Like, I'm still really salty about it. Have I done any kit bashing? No, I've never done a kit bash. I'm not really interested in kit bashing. I'm not really interested in creating like original custom designs. Maybe I'm just not creative enough. I can do color schemes and I can do like slight modifications, but I've never kit bashed, and I've never like scratch built anything. So yeah, don't ask, don't be expecting any sort of like kit bashing scratch build tutorial from me because I just don't do it. Actually, I do. I was about to say I don't have any. I've never had any kit bash ideas that I've been willing to try to follow through with, but there is actually one that I just remembered I thought about after seeing. You don't know who Roji Roji Gunpla is on Instagram? Check him out. He's really good, and he's Thai, so I approve. Um, he's just a really good builder, but he made a like Thunderbolt Dom, and it made me really want to get the Double Zeta 2, which is a Build Fighters kit, if you guys don't know, and make sort of a Thunderbolt style kit and kit bash it with like another Thunderbolt kit, like a Zaku or something. I had that idea for a while and I was going to go through with it, but I don't know. Gotta prioritize a little bit about what I want to do. That wasn't very high up on my list of things to do. Can't split this back skirt. You probably could with some modification, but as it is, you can't split it, which is all right. You know what? I'll go ahead and use this one Teflon sticker. It's supposed to go on the shoulder. How is this supposed to go on the shoulder? I can't fit there. Crazy. That totally can't fit there. Whatever, I'll put it on for the review. This sticker on the shoulder, the part of it spills over into the panel line here. So it technically doesn't fit. I'll cut that little excess. It's bothering me. Yeah, I'm OCD about stupid stuff. I'm not really an OCD by myself as such, but yeah. I have a funny story about being OCD or having ADHD. And it's not about me, it's about a friend. So my roommate, he was like, he apparently had ADD. So he apparently had ADD. And the way he got ADD is because he was, I think this was like in high school. His mom thought he had problems concentrating on things. Take him to the hospital or the clinic or whatever to get diagnosed. Well, not to get diagnosed with ADD, but to find out if he did. But the entire time he kept telling his mom, like, I don't have ADD. I don't have ADD. Stop telling me I don't have, like, I have ADD. But so he goes to the clinic, and part of his ADD test was sort of it wasn't an IQ test, or did he take an IQ test? No, I think it was just like a regular test, like some math problems, some like just super simple stuff. And he thought to himself, you know what? I'm going to prove I don't have ADD, that I can concentrate on things to show I don't have ADD. So he took the test very seriously and he answered everything. And they're super simple questions, at least for him. And he got everything right, like meticulously right. So then the doctor came back and told him, I'm sorry, man, but you're, or not, I'm sorry, but your son has ADD. And he's like, how do I have ADD? I answered all the questions correctly and, paid attention, did it in a timely manner. He's like, well, obsessiveness to do these sort of things is a symptom of ADD. So he was put on medication. And it's the most BS thing in the world. Uh, and he legit, I don't know, he's a little OCD, but I wouldn't describe him as having ADD. But I don't know. That cracked me up when he told me the first time. I think he stopped taking his medicine pretty quickly. Everyone's just rolling on the floor. How funny that story was. So you guys are probably noticing that I'm cutting right up against the piece, and I promise you that's not to be lazy. Um, Normally I cut away from the piece and I do all the proper sanding and stuff, but all the gate marks on this kit are absolutely insanely tiny. There are like a few that I've done quote unquote correctly. And when gates are this tiny, there's little to no point to cutting them away and then cutting them down correctly, because eventually you'll just get to a point where it's just like a little pinpoint dot. Yeah, so there's actually no on top of this one. Get out of here. You got a nub too? You sure do. Get that nub on my face. I don't actually like the front skirt armor design on the owl. That's sharp. I like dug my finger into the like I was saying, I don't really like the front skirt armor of this. I think it looks a little dumb. Okay, A1. A1 and H. Okay, got those right here. Tells you where the undergates are. That's interesting. Not that it really matters for this kit. Maybe they were planning a gold-plated version. While we're here. Yeah, once I finish this skirt armor, I think I'll be done for tonight, and I'll build the rest tomorrow. Or I might build off stream. No, I'll build the legs tomorrow on stream, and I'll do the whole thing on stream and get the backpack done today. Okay, this piece has big old nubs. Cut these correctly. Bottom didn't have a big nub, but the side, whoa, what the hell? All of a sudden, huge nubs. God. Those are going to be really fun to clean. Actually, let's clean the white part first. Thank you all for joining, by the way. I appreciate you guys coming out and watching me build. Enjoy. talking on stream. I have a few regular viewers. Ryan. I've only done 3 streams now, I believe, so, you know. Still getting there, still getting there. I want to make this somewhat regular. Somewhat. I don't think I'll stream every build or anything like that. I don't know if I can, I don't know my schedule will permit me to stream like every weird like that. But depending on what I do. Do. Yes. So with this piece, I am doing the proper nub cleanup because it's a very dark piece. The nub was enormous. They only undergated one nub, and it's a small nub. Nub. Okay. It's a really easy way to get rid of stress, like surface stress marks. Just rub your knife against it. I know a few people know about that trick. This is, I mentioned this earlier, but this is part of the reason why I don't build RGs. And this is part of the reason why I don't build too many HGs. I don't like working with small pieces. Okay, I'm actually going to use a tougher grip for this. This nub is pretty intense. Might be able to see it. And I did everything properly too, but this is the property of blue plastic. Blue plastic sucks. It's a certain color plastic they hate. For me, it's blue, especially dark blue. I can actually deal with black because I can clean up black. Black is an easy color to replicate. You can clean black up with Gundam marker. I'm fine with that. You can clean it up with paint, and you can clean it up with even Sharpie. But blue, you just gotta live with this nub mark. I can't get rid of it, guys. Can I see it there? I'm not gonna get rid of it. I failed. It's all right. This is Hook. He's got a schlong. Yeah, that's awful. That's pretty bad. Okay. Split your side skirts. Front skirts, excuse me. Just cut them straight down the middle. Don't sand them or anything like that. You don't want them to be too loose. But you go, separate skirts, excuse me. Sabers that are 2 pieces. Why? You can make these 1 piece, Bandai. These do not have to be 2 pieces. Almost done, guys. Just gotta add these beam sabers, snap them onto the, and then I'm gonna go eat food. Those nubs. Let's actually like this on. I'll clean the nubs while it's on there. There we go. Keep out of here, nub. Okay. Beam sabers go on the back skirts. Pretty cool. I need this runner. Oh god. Almost dropped my trash box. Almost dropped my trash box. You'll only hear phrases like that in this stream. Don't run away from me, Beam Saber. I'm the trash man. When I get hungry or anxious, or well, not anxious, but if I'm like sort of rushing a little bit, I tend to do voices. So please excuse me. I'm rushing because I'm hungry. Sudden hunger has taken over. All right. Cool. Why does he have a schlong? So let's pop him on the body. All right, well, I'm done for now. I'm going to end the stream with the Amazing Strike Freedom Schlong here. Thank you guys for joining. And yeah, well, I'll be streaming tomorrow, same time. We'll try to build the legs and I don't know. Maybe we'll try to work on the backpack, but I'm really liking this kit so far. Pretty impressed, especially for an HG. The red frame is not as bad as I thought, but I would definitely change it myself. But if you like it, honestly, it's not that bad. So, excuse me. Head's really nice. Really like the design. I don't get why the Vulcans are behind the V-fin. That's still kind of weird for me. The torso is fucking amazing. Wow, I didn't mean for that to be a pun. Anyways, the torso is really, really nice. Like it a lot. And yeah, the arms are nice too. So hopefully the legs will convince me as well, and I'll actually like the mobile suit. And then, yeah. So thanks again, guys. Please join me tomorrow for the rest of the build, or most of the rest of the build. And I will see you guys then. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.